Hey, what's up? I'm Dave Boyer, aka Mr. Boyer, aka the Swamp Man. We're on our second hike today. Just got done with a 2.5 hour drive to get here from our morning hike at Buckskin Gulch. So this is the Bryce Canyon Amphitheater, Bryce Canyon National Park. The trail we wanted to do is closed, Wall Street. So we're actually repeating a hike we did just a couple of summers ago. Heading down through the amphitheater and then the Navajo-Queen Garden loop. But this is one of our favorite spots that we went to a couple of summers ago on a really incredible road trip, and we just thought we'd kind of repeat it. We're basically the exact opposite time than we did this hike. We did it for basically a sunrise, early morning hike in summer of 2020, and now we're getting started. I don't know, probably around 3:30 or so, and sunset tonight around 5:20. So got a little less than 2 hours, and we'll hike down into the bottom here and take a look around. All these hoodoos. Hoodoos are these rock formations that have wide bases compared to tops, as opposed to like a spire, which is pretty much straight. They have a wider base than a top here. And hoodoos are found in not that many places around the world. So Bryce Canyon's got some of the most in the world and some of the best. So it's a really cool hike. Awesome stuff. I'll check in with you. Most of the way down the switchbacks of the Two Bridges Trail is actually the little shortcut kind of we're taking as part of the Navajo Loop since Wall Street's closed. Quite a few switchbacks back through there, kind of steep. Taking it pretty slow with my knee, but I feel pretty good, especially for a second hike. We ended up doing about 4.25 miles, 4.25 miles on that Wire Pass Buckskin Gulch hike. And this will be about 4 miles, so 8-mile day. That's what I'm going for. Feels good. I'm so happy to be out here and doing something that I love. It's great. A lot of people here on the trail this evening. I guess that was expected, but I'm just gonna keep moving. Science rocks. Peace. So we've been making our way through the bottom of the amphitheater and starting to head back up a little bit. Almost done with the Queen's Garden trail part. Coming up on Queen's Garden, which is named for one of the hoodoos that is shaped like a queen in a fancy royal dress, kind of overlooking the amphitheater. And it's a pretty cool rock, but this whole place is just so spectacular. I mean, now we've been walking among all these pines, which is just kind of giving it another piece of contrast against the red and white rock, the blue sky. It's chilling down quite a bit. Feels great. But it's like everywhere you look, it's just beautiful. Keep getting views of the moon that's on its way towards setting back there. A waxing gibbous moon. Waxing gibbous moons are more than half lit up with light that we can see on the half of the moon that we can see from Earth. That light's on the right side of it in the northern hemisphere. Makes it appear as also from night to night as it's growing. It's really just that the side of the moon that's lit up in light is more and more visible from night to night. But those are the waxing phases. Beautiful moon, kind of in that really bright blue sky. Love that. There's just so much good contrast of stuff here. Now look at this white alcove here. This lighter colored sandstone weathers at a faster rate than the red sandstone, so it's kind of eaten out this overhang. It's the same process that forms these hoodoos that are throughout the amphitheater. When you hike a trail for the second time, you've got memories that, you know, stick with you. I'm remembering back to the girls this summer of 2020 climbing up through some of these spots. Even though we kept telling them to stay on the trail, but even though they weren't listening, they did an awesome job hiking this 4-mile trail at 5 and 4 years old. I'll try to give you a look once it opens up on the other side and we're climbing up Sunrise Trail. Then we'll have to walk along the top of the rim back to our vehicle, but it's almost like walking doesn't even hurt. Doesn't even make you tired because it's just so beautiful. This trail's got a few surprises in it. When we get up to Sunrise Trail, we'll walk through a little arch. That's really cool too. Wow. We're getting close up here to back to seeing some of the hoodoos in sunlight. Pretty awesome. I'll show you a little bit later. Science rocks. Peace. All right, we've been making our way up Sunrise Trail. We're getting pretty close actually to the top. A few switchbacks and maybe 50 to 100 feet of elevation gain. But we just stepped off the trail we were on. When we were here in 2020, this over here was just bustling with mules and horses doing trail ride tours, coming right up through this trail and then continuing on down this way. But it's also a really cool spot to see this hoodoo here. I think this is Thor's hammer. I've called a couple of them Thor's hammer. I know there's something out here that's a Thor's hammer, but just a beautiful view back here, opposite direction of where we're heading. But this whole landscape here is littered with, in a good way, littered with bristlecone pine trees, which can eventually live to be the oldest organisms on the planet. There's bristlecones in this park that are 4,000 years old or so. And some other places around Utah and Nevada have bristlecones. Bryce Canyon National Park. I mean, Utah has its mighty five, the 5 national parks that we've visited. Also, Arches and Canyonlands up in the Moab area, Capitol Reef kind of halfway between there and here, Bryce Canyon, and then further down to the southwest is Zion. And we're hoping to go to Zion tomorrow, but the road into Zion apparently is closed. There were some rock slides or something maybe this morning that closed the road today. So I'm hoping they get that cleaned up for tomorrow, and maybe it scares away some other people and we get a little bit of some trail to ourselves. We're gonna try to hike Angel's Landing. I've really been testing my leg out in the last couple of days, and it's holding up well. I'm feeling pretty strong. I mean, tired, but you know, safely strong, I think. Strong enough to try an even harder trail in Angel's Landing if it's open. If it's not, we may have to come up with an alternative plan. We've talked about some options. So nice breeze. You know, we've just been coming up a few switchbacks from down in the amphitheater, so we built up some sweat and it was getting a little bit hot. And get up here to some of this ridge line, get some breeze. It feels great. God, I love it here. All right, well, we're gonna head up towards the Sunrise Point, and then we got to hike along the rim back to our car. I'll check in with you. Science rocks. Peace. All right, we made it to the top of the rim. We just came up Sunrise Point. And we got a little less than a half mile now of a hike to Sunset Point where we parked. Wow.